And my honest thoughts on it is that if it is necessary, if it is something which is important for it to happen, question 8. And to also remind yourself that when you forgive, you are not making it easier for anyone else but for yourself, because when you forgive, you're actually setting yourself free. If I'm feeling these things, what more you guys, what more all of you are like, what are you all actually feeling and going through? So I really am wanting to continue to try my best to create positivity so that all of you can go through these trying times positively, insyaAllah. What we are going to do today is to answer 20 of your questions in less than 10 minutes. Okay, last but not least, question 20. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum everyone, and welcome to another vlog. I really hope that all of you are well. I hope that all of you are staying at home and trying our best to, survive through this particular phase of our lives, inshallah. So what's going down today is that I thought that, one of the things that we can do while staying at home is to settle the things that we have put off for the longest time ever. To do that one thing that you have been wanting to do, that you have been wanting to check off your checklist for the longest time ever. The very fact that we are staying at home, we're not going anywhere, the only travel that we can do is to our kitchen, back to the bedroom, into the living room, to the toilet and stuff. I guess now is one of the best times for us to particularly do that. I have been putting off Q&A sessions for a few months now. So I have, some back-end questions from last February, from March. I recently asked all of you to, send me some questions on Ask Me Anything. So I have seen videos on YouTube, people answering 100 questions in like 5 minutes. I don't think that 5 minutes is enough for me to answer even less than 100 questions. So what we are going to do today is to answer 20 of your questions in less than 10 minutes. I actually compiled it into this pot filled with many questions. We are looking at 20 questions, so let us begin. Question 1. So basically, pantang larang, I'm not sure how I should say this in English, but it is more of the restrictions when it comes to certain occasions or certain happenings or certain things. When I was growing up, I don't really get the whole idea to it. At my age now, I try to understand that this whole pantang larang is, has its own purpose to it and has its own benefits. So I think if you don't know why you are doing these pantang larangs, you don't know the benefits, then I guess it really isn't put off for you. But if you know why you're doing that, if it's contributing to your health and stuff like that, then you will appreciate it better. Question 2. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great. Alhamdulillah, I'm really trying my best to, try to settle as much things as possible as I work from home, as I'm staying at home and trying to keep my sanity in check. I really hope that you are well too. Question 3. Okay, so if you are asking about sessions under BTY or HWP, usually we don't record our sessions because we give, space for our sisters to actually talk about things, discuss about their personal stuff. So we don't particularly record that. But if you're asking about sessions under Spark Creative, then it is something that has a replay back link, so you can still register for all episodes, for all sessions, and you can continue to view it as and when. Question 4. Waalaikumsalam. I'm doing well, alhamdulillah. I hope you are doing well too. And yes, of course, you can repeat the same surahs in your Terawih Prayers. You can repeat the same surahs in all of your prayers, in fact. But then again, every single day we want to be a better person. So try to, make this coming Ramadan a starting point where you want to improve in yourself, where you want to learn at least one new surah that you can apply in your prayers, inshallah. Question 5. Okay, Assalamualaikum. I think you are asking about this post-its, right? This one. Yeah, so basically this post-its, I actually used it for my book. Whenever I read it, I just tap on this. But basically, I actually bought it from Daiso. I think right now we can't particularly go to stores like that because it's not essential. So maybe you might want to check out online. I recently checked out Lazada and they kind of sell something similar, not the exact same thing but of different colors. So maybe you might want to check that out. Okay. Question 6. Of course, it is not too late. Talking about late will always be a sort of push or a sort of motivation to remind you that we don't have much time left. But as long as you are still alive, as long as you are still breathing, then you still have the chance to prepare, you still have the chance to do anything as long as you start right now. Question 7. To answer briefly, I think first things first, it's very important for us to have the acceptance in our being that we have, fell down, and to also acknowledge that you are mentally and physically drained, because a lot of times we cannot take steps forward, we cannot get back up because we aren't able to accept our current conditions. And give yourself as much time as possible. You are your number one motivator, and you are your number one support to get back up, insyaAllah. And please make lots of dua, okay? And I really hope that you're on your way back up. Question 8. My birthday is on the 16th of August. Yeah. Question 9. I'm feeling good, alhamdulillah. As I mentioned, trying to stay sane, but I think it's more of having a concern that, if I'm feeling these things, what more you guys, what more all of you are like, what are you all actually feeling and going through? So I really am wanting to continue to try my best to create positivity so that all of you can go through these trying times positively, insyaAllah. Question 10. It's very important for us to understand why we do things the way we do things. It's important for us to understand logically, understand fully of the things that we learn. But at the same time, if we are approached with things that we aren't able to apprehend, we need to remind ourselves that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most knowledgeable, the most wise. He knows everything, and maybe these are the points. Allah wants to remind us that we are, just weak human beings, and we are constantly in need of Him. Okay, question 11. Based on the recent personality test vlog that I took, I got an advocate, I got an INFJ, and yeah, it's somewhat really out of my personality. It's just that sometimes I shift through different things that makes me feel things differently. But right now, I think, I accept that I am an INFJ. Okay, question 12. Inshallah, I really hope that I can take your class next semester. And McDonald's closed, what to eat? Come on, there will always be so many things for you to eat. It's just that whether you feel like eating those things or not. But think about alternatives, think about solution, because I'm sure that we wouldn't want to starve ourselves, especially in these trying times. Okay, question 13. Number 1, we need to remember that they are still our parents, and the very fact that we are here on this earth after the whole concept of because Allah wants us to be here, because Allah created us. We need to remember that they are our parents. They are connected to us by blood, and no matter what they do to us, we need to remember that they are still our parents, and they have the right for us to continuously respect them in any manner possible. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that parents have the upper hand to actually mention these things or to abuse their children in any way possible. But I guess in your end, you just remind yourself that you are forgiving because they are your parents, because it is your duty as a child. However, treatment that they have been giving to you, it is between them and Allah. Constantly make lots and lots of prayers that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide your parents, insyaAllah. And to also remind yourself that when you forgive, you are not making it easier for anyone else but for yourself, because when you forgive, you're actually setting yourself free. Okay, question 14. To recharge, I guess most importantly, I sleep. Usually, I'm always, busy doing stuff. So I guess the number one way for me to recharge is for me to sleep. To ensure that when I wake up naturally and fully recharged, insyaAllah. Okay, question 15. So my MBTI, based on the previous stay at home vlog, I am an INFJ, previously ENFJ, previously INFJ. So I've been changing back and forth between INFJ and ENFJ. What's yours? Okay, question 16. Point number 1 is that sometimes the more you ask Allah of something, He blesses you with trials to help you grow. Like for example, Ya Allah, please make me a patient person. Of course, you cannot just automatically become a patient person without going through trials, right? Without going through things that proves that you are right now a patient person. So Allah sends down, difficult people to help you be more patient in that sense. And secondly, if you can get yourself out of those environment and circumstances, then that will be a great option, because most of the times we stress ourselves by staying there, but the next best thing that we can do is to remove ourselves from that particular matter. Alright, we're almost ending. Question 17. My own definition of happiness is something that benefits me in this life and the hereafter, and knowing that if I were to die, particularly in doing, that happy thing. I know that I won't be troubling my loved ones. I know that I can leave them in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's care, and I know that they will be well taken care of. Okay, question 18. Our Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong in Singapore has announced that the circuit breaker has been extended to 4 more weeks, which is up till 1st of June. Yeah, 1st of June. And my honest thoughts on it is that if it is necessary, if it is something which is important for it to happen to stop the spread of COVID-19, then I guess it's the best thing that we can do, because the last thing that you want to do is to stop the current circuit breaker and then facing much more difficulty with COVID-19. And at the same time, through COVID-19 as well, it teaches me a lot of gratitude, especially in this circuit breaker situation. We might be at home, we might not be able to go out, and we might not be able to live life as how we did a few weeks back, but the very fact that we are in the comfort of our own homes, we have our own bed to lie on, we have food on the table, we have our family members together with us in the same household. I think that is a great big blessing that we need to appreciate, because there are people out there in the world who is going through COVID-19 without their loved ones, without a proper place to stay, without a shelter over their heads. Okay, question 19. So yes, it's very permissible for you to download Quran apps on your mobile phone, and I guess it's much more easier because we are not very tech savvy, and we want to bring the Quran everywhere. So if you cannot bring the physical Quran, you can always have the Quran on standby on your phone. It's very important for us to fill our phones with the remembrance of Allah, with things which are very beneficial. Okay, last but not least, question 20. You need to understand that the whole concept of being positive is not denying or defying the negativity. It's about accepting the negativity, understanding that hey, negativity is happening right now, but I want to overcome these things with a positive mindset, with a calmer mindset. So of course it always starts with acceptance, but at the same time you need to plan your way to work through it. You need to tell yourself that it is okay that you are feeling that you want to give up, but at the same time you don't lose to the battle. You remind yourself how far that you have come, and even if after this particular phase you are bound to fall, remind yourself that the harder you fall, the higher you get back up, insyaAllah. But you need lots and lots of motivations, reminders, you need the right kind of support, people who support you to get back up, insyaAllah. You need lots and lots of constant remembrance of Allah, because truly by the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. And of course you need lots and lots of dua, insyaAllah. Give yourself time. Alright, so alhamdulillah, those are the 20 questions. I think that we have exceeded the 10-minute limit to answering the 20 questions, but thank you so much for sending in your questions. I really enjoy answering them. I hope that some of your questions are answered. Due to the current extension of the circuit breaker here in Singapore, although we are still staying at home for more weeks now, but try to think about the things that you can do at home, because as much as we say we don't know what to do at home, there will always be a bunch of things that you can do, insyaAllah. And I really hope that these stay-at-home vlogs has been an inspiration for you to feel your days better as you are at home, insyaAllah. So please take care of yourself, stay safe, stay clean, stay at home, stay sane, stay happy, stay positive, and I shall see you in the next vlog, insyaAllah. And always remember to syukur a little more, regret a little less, and love what you do. Oh, and also Ramadan is coming, so Ramadan Kareem, may we meet Ramadan, and see you in the next vlog where we are already into Ramadan. Okay, now Assalamualaikum.